Welcome back to Buffalo. The Sabres and the Rangers getting set to meet for the first of 4 times. Tom Rennie quoted on the situation with Tom Poti, who is a healthy scratch tonight, along with Jeff Tate. Dale Puritan, I just needed to be firm. It's going to take some real good video work to get what I'm looking for from him. So work to be done for Tom Poti if he's going to play on a regular basis for Tom Rennie, apparently.
Yeah, I think, you know, Tom's just trying to run his team, and he's going with what he terms the most competitive club every night that they play. Now, the Rangers had 1 point in their last 2 games. They need to play well here and get something going for their club in Buffalo.
The Sabres come in 3-0 at home. They have lost both of their Saturday matches, though, on the season, on the road. And we are underway. Buffalo in their home red with the black trim. They have a couple of different uniforms. And off to a pretty good start at 5-2 on the win over the Boston Bruins in Boston most recently. And here come the Rangers. Raczynski has the puck taken off his stick, cruising down the right wing for the moment. Dumont nearly had a breakaway.
Hossa made a play off the puck off his skate blade, or it would have been at least a 2-on-1 in favor of Buffalo as the Rangers lost the puck just inside the Sabre blue line.
Rangers making changes quickly in their lines. Straka out there. Kasparaitis back in his 13th NHL season. Chips it up the boards to Martin Straka, who is among the league leaders in assists. Yet to score on the season. Here is Straka clearing the puck out, and down ice it goes. Just a minute in to the Rangers and Sabres. Rangers will be back here November 22nd to play again. Mike Greer cross ice, nifty pass off of Chris Drury's stick, and not picked up by the Ranger defense. And now finally, it's Straka carrying up to Nylander. Nylander cross ice. Jagr holds, tries to make a move. Now fires at cross ice. He had Nylander there for the moment, but that's broken up by the defense. Petter Tootin from the point, deflected wide.
That's a good wrist shot, wasn't it? That was a big slap shot that gets blocked. That was a wrist shot.
Jason Strudwick in the lineup, replacing Poti tonight. And here's Mike Greer, most recently with the Washington Caps, and of course 6 years with Edmonton. Tootin back to pick it up and sends Nieminen away. Nice tic-tac-toe passing to Blair Betts, and he dumps it into the zone and gives chase. Ryan Miller, an interesting young goaltender for the Sabres. We'll talk more about him as the night goes on. And here's a Veneganov, and a kick save, and another one by Lundqvist. 2 hard shots taken, and another. The second one came from
Podolek. Rangers. Nieminen's going to go.
Sabres keep it in, and the Rangers able to touch it up, but the Sabres get the first man advantage of the game.
Well, this was a shift for Buffalo, which was pretty quiet. The Briere line was quiet, the Drury line was quiet, then all of a sudden on comes the Connolly line. Big shot, a second big shot, and the puck was not corralled for the face-off. It was kept alive, a third shot, and then Nieminen moves across and takes the first penalty of the game. He used his stick to knock the player off balance and then threw him into the boards. That was a penalty that didn't have to be taken. So the Rangers now down a man.
And on the penalty kill, they're 6th best in the NHL. Dominic Moore, Jed Ortmeyer, along with Michael Rossifal on a blocker save by Lundqvist that time. Marek Malik is in as well.
Briere is the player that makes it go. He had the last shot.
Kalinen's shot blocked. And Briere trying to move in.
Mike, the 2 shots for Briere and 1 pass that set up a 3rd shot already on this power play. Little number 48 right there. He makes it go.
Chris Drury behind the goal line. Now back outside it comes. That's Teppo Numminen, the veteran. Whereas number 27, age 37, moving in. Big shot, and that's stopped by Rossifal.
Again, it was Briere.
And he's back with it again. A shot deflected down by the Sabres. Here's Briere, great handle in the corner to Drury. He moves out, tries to fire it in on Lundqvist, but he stood his ground, kept the angle, and the Rangers finally clear it out.
I think Lundqvist is in the game. Oh, baby.
Quickly.
What a show he's put on here already.
Very quickly. 50 seconds left in the man advantage to the Sabres. They have struggled on the power play this year. 6 of 50, including an 0 of 26 streak. Here's Dumont, steps in with an empty pass. Moving in for a shot. It's deflected. Lundqvist sits on it, and a nice save.
Did you see the beautiful pass back to Lidman, who had just come off the bench? Tony Lidman, last seen playing for the Calgary Flames, signs here. And he came off the bench. He wasn't even over the blue line, but the pass was dropped back to him. Watch this pass, right? Coming up right in here. It's dropped back. Lidman now comes off the bench, gets over the blue line. It was a deflected shot, and Lundqvist stopped that too. Wow.
Tim Connolly on the face, and the Sabres do come up with possession. Dumont passed inside, nearly had his man. That was Thomas Vanek, who was cruising around the crease. Finneganoff along the boards to Connolly. Now cross ice it comes to Lidman. Now Finneganoff then right outside the circle, looking for some help. Cross ice, Kondrachev broke it up. Jason Ward tried to clear, and unable to get it out of there as the Sabres maintain possession. 8 seconds on the power play. Dumont, 50 drop pass, but it's finally flung down ice.
Well, I tell you, the way this game starts with this power play for Buffalo, Rangers should pay close attention. Stay out of the penalty box. I mean, if it wasn't for their goaltender Lundqvist, the Sabres would certainly have had a power play goal.
Well, that's what Lindy Ruff was preaching when you talked to him prior to the game, how his team stays out of the box.
Well, they really want to, because they know the Rangers' offense primarily comes from the power play.
Nylander has the puck chipped away from him, giving chase Gaustad down into the corner. Strudwick with him. They pin it up against the boards for the moment, and Strudwick chips it up to Jágr. Ahead to Straka. 3-on-2 developing for the moment, but the Sabres are back. Tooten fires it down behind the net. Here's Jágr. Jágr being harassed there by Henrik Talander.
See 2 men there on Jágr. That's what Lindy Ruff said they were going to do. 2 men went to him.
The give to Tooten, and a shot just wide. Miller has to stick it into the corner. Straka gives chase along with Rory Fitzpatrick. And that's Henrik Talander in there as well, being hung on to by Straka. First Sabres break it up.
Mike, first 7 shots to the Sabres, most of those on the power play.
Up behind the net. Strudwick can't come up with it. Oh, a centering play. Taylor Pyatt was there, but he couldn't get possession, and now Marty Straka has it. He'll flip it in the corner and go for the line change. Dominic Moore on. Ortmeyer on. And now Peter Pruka in the corner going after it hard. Almost 6 minutes in, no score. Rangers yet to record a shot on goal. Here's Malik. Almost lost it in the corner. Pruka can't get rid of it. Now Moore has it. And out it comes to Ortmeyer. Pruka with a nice lead from Moore. Dominic moves in. Spin, try to backhand it to his teammate Pruka. And out of the zone he comes.
Oh, Ward with a big hit on Briere. Beautiful body check.
Rozoval whips it around the boards. Standing there, Pruka trying to come up with it. Goes in hard with Newman. And now Ward double team. Rangers still have it. Ward got a shot off, and it went just wide of the glove side. Kondrachev on the leave, and a shot quickly in. Miller fighting off the Rangers attack, and a penalty call. We'll find out what it is when we return in a moment.
You're going to see the goaltender here with a big collision. Watch Betts come in, get shoved down head on head. Bang! His head collides with the goaltender. Heck takes the penalty, 55. He's the one that knocked Betts down and into the goaltender. Both players hit heads, and I think Betts has gone to the Rangers locker room.
That was kind of like a helmet-to-helmet hit in football almost.
And the goaltender, Miller, was a little slow getting up after the stoppage of the play.
Rangers power play 5th best in the league coming in, 14 of 61, but having trouble getting out of their own end right now.
Mike, you saw that replay. You picked that up. That was a good catch, the head-on-head there.
Miller's head snapped back. That's what I caught, live, and then seeing it in replay, he was stunned a little bit. So the Rangers on the power play with a minute and a half to work with after shutting down Buffalo's power play. Rozoval at the point. Wrist shot went deflecting wide on the stick side. Straka behind the net to Raczynski. Now it's Jágr along the boards. Jágr looking. Raczynski down in the corner. Standing behind the net. Not much room to work there anymore. Backhand pass nicely out to Rozoval. Now it's Jágr on an odd angle. Stepping back outside the circle. Does not shoot it. Nylander set up in the middle there. Now Rozoval slap shot. Knocked down by the defense. What a nice play by Mike Grier, but he didn't get it out. Straka has it back. Deals to Raczynski along the boards. 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage. They tried to get into the slot to Yager, and it's knocked out of the zone by the Sabres. They'll go for a change in their penalty kill. Wyszynski cross ice to Yager. Oh, he lost it off a funny bounce. Back the other way, Tim Connolly. Connolly ragging the puck, tried to go by Straka, who made a nice defensive play.
They took away all the shooting lanes, the Sabres did. Rangers moved the puck around, but not once could make that play for the shot.
That was Pruka taken down off his skates. No penalty there. And 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Tootin and Malik Ruchin on.
A couple of attempted shots. I don't think anything was registered by the Rangers on this power play.
I don't think so, and it is about to come to an end. Here's a shot by Tootin, well wide.
4 or 5 times now the Rangers have missed the net here early in the first.
Peter Pruka picked it up. Man offside, has to tag back up. Hossa back down in the corner, giving chase to Henrik Talander. And Afinogenov is back on ice, along with Daniel Briere. They put a lot of pressure on the Rangers in the opening 3 minutes of this game.
Great back check by Hossa, number 81 for the Rangers. Help break up the play, and the Rangers able to come out of the zone.
Rangers chip it down in the corner, go for changes. 9:15 into the game. Afinogenov caught that puck in the face.
Heads up, heads up, heads up.
Newman along the boards. And now here's Jason Ward digging hard, trying to backhand the pass. That's broken up. Afinogenov back the other way with great speed. Briere tried to deal it to him. Afinogenov got it for a backhand shot and a glove save by Lundqvist.
Hey, stay with him.
And the puck kept in by the Sabres once again. Afinogenov picks it off. Great pass to Briere. Backhand stopped by Lundqvist.
Briere's everywhere. Man, they're talking here in Buffalo that he plays like Patty LaFontaine used to play, and you can see some similarities there. That was some little play. You know, they kept the puck in at the blue line, dropped it down, and Briere was in. The only thing, Lundqvist was better. Here's the Rangers. There's the turnover. Chip off the glass, and away they go. Now Kasparaitis trying to get back into the play, gets there. Afinogenov, though, gets the shot, and Lundqvist takes it away. Now look at Afinogenov steal the puck, feeds Briere. He's in. Mini breakaway. And Lundqvist was down waiting for the play. Man alive, has Lundqvist been good. Shots are 8-1 in favor of Buffalo. He's been perfect.
Lundqvist talking before the game in the morning skate about how he just pays attention to the puck, not the player. And that was a key to that save. Because Briere put about 3 moves on and tried to stuff it under him.
He's never played against these players before. He doesn't really know their moves. So just
maybe
stay with your own instincts. That's
ignorance
right.
is bliss sometimes.
Don't think. It takes too long to think.
Oh, that one almost chipped in behind him by the Ranger defensive Kondrachev. Back in a moment, no score.
Well, let's look at the Panasonic digital replay. Yager being double teamed. Talender's there. Now watch the forward come over. That's 22. Double team. That's Mayer moving in. That's the game plan. Try and keep Yager off the shot sheet by double teaming him.
That's the Panasonic digital replay. Ideas for life. Buffalo with an 8-1 shot advantage early on.
Here's Straka taking the face-off. Nylander throwing out, but Straka's a natural center. Oh, now he's throwing out. And Yager's going to have to take the draw. No, correction.
Now let's see what. Buffalo's headed back to the bench.
Is it a penalty?
On
Rangers get a penalty because they delay of game. It's a face-off violation. When 2 people get thrown out, it's an automatic penalty. And
look at Yager.
Well, he has to go off the ice now. He's not a penalty killer. Man, that's one thrown out. Actually, now here comes Straka. Now watch Straka. See what he does and see if the linesman's a little bit overzealous or not. They both waved at the puck, and Straka got thrown out. It's a power play, Buffalo. Man,
Drury waved at it as well. Well,
that's the rule.
9:46 left in the first, and the Sabres with another power play opportunity. Big shot through a screen, kept in by Kalinin. Along the blue line, he gives to Newman, and now down in the corner. It's Ortmeyer, Rossifal, Moore, and Malik on the penalty kill for the Rangers. Drury behind the net. Now back out to the circle. It's Newman. A big shot, knocked down by Rossifal.
2 shots, 2 blocks by the Rangers.
That one came off
Ortmeyer. Great shot by a block by Roosevelt, and then Ortmeyer outworks the Sabres. Rangers change all 4.
Drury flips it up. Giving chase, it's Briere. behind the net. Comes out to the blue line to Newman. Along the boards, and a good job there done by Raczynski to chip it out of the zone.
Teppo Newman last played with the Dallas Stars. He started with the Winnipeg Jets before they moved. Keith Tkachuk and I think Dallas Drake are the only ones I can think of that are still in the league to play for the Winnipeg Jets.
What year was that? I'm trying to remember now.
A few years ago, right?
A few years.
I think we were still in grade school, both of us.
Don't let our producer use that as a trivia question. I'll be in trouble. Joe Whalen's already cooking one up, I can tell you that. Newman and holding. 35 seconds left in the man advantage. Here's a Finneganov. Moving into the circle, thinks about a wrister. No. Now Dumont behind. And centers.
Nice play, Raczynski.
Broken up. Briere, or rather a Finneganov shot knocked down by the defense. Back to Newman and again. Newman sets up. Slap shot. Chipped away by the Rangers' Feder Tootin. Still can't clear it out. 8 seconds left. Now Tootin has it.
A great penalty kill by blocking the shots. This time Buffalo attempted a ton of shots, but they couldn't get it through because the Ranger players were in all the shooting lanes. That's a heck of a penalty kill. Most of that 2 minutes was in the Rangers zone.
Rangers are 6th best in the league at it. Came in at allowing only 6 in 55 attempts.
Yeah, the Islanders got him 3 times though. They were 3 for 14 in the 2-game series.
And now on the move that time, Adam Mayer, but he's taken off the puck. And a stick being held down there by Mayer. Gets away with that. In the corner, Kostad knocked off his skates. And now Jason Ward has it. Ward just puts it up high. And the Rangers go for a change. Dominic Moore to the bench. And they're one man able to change. There come the Rangers, a 2-on-1. Jágr and Nylander. Jágr backhand. Nylander score! The Rangers go up 1-0 on the 2-on-1. Jágr feeding Nylander.
Well, if the Sabres ever give up a 2-on-1, you don't want to give it up to these two guys. Neiman and help pressures the puck, and there's a turnover near the blue line. Jágr watches kind of fake play to get around the sliding defenseman, and he gives it to Nylander, who really went up top. Nylander's 2nd goal of the season. Look at Kasparaitis. That's a great play. Neiman held the man up. Kasparaitis turned the puck up ice. 2-on-1. Nylander's shot went right up, almost knocking the water bottle off the top of the net. 1-0 Rangers. That should be from Jágr and Kasparaitis. Boy, did Kasparaitis turn the puck up ice in a hurry. I think that's who it was anyway.
We'll get the official word in just a moment. 5th assist of the year for Jaromir Jágr, and as John mentioned, Nylander's 2nd goal of the season. He's got 7 assists, now 9 points, so 1-0 the Rangers. Here in Buffalo. Straka digging in the corner, can't come up with it, and Malik can't keep it in. And now, moving down hard is Kodalik. Sets up a teammate. It was Kalinin, but the shot was blocked by the Ranger defense.
It was a back check. That was Nylander who back checked and helped make the play. Great, smart back check by Nylander. Stopped the shot.
Jágr tried to glove down that pass. A Finneganov spin move on Strudwick. Lost control, and there's a penalty coming.
Yeah, he had a stick, and he created the play where Finneganov went down. Finneganov may have just stopped or stepped on the stick. I don't know. But the stick was in play. And I think that's the penalty. I don't know.
Well, let's see. He's skating and shaking his head towards the penalty box.
Oh, it's a Sabre penalty. I'm sorry. What did they call?
I thought it was a hook on Strudwick.
No, I think they're calling a dive, maybe. A dive, saying Finneganov went down really easy. So, interesting. This is in the offensive zone. Inside, outside. He's got crazy legs, Finneganov. I mean, they're going all over the place. The stick was there. Now you only have to, you can read his mind. I don't know. Was that a trip by Strudwick with a stick there? Or was it, well, the referee said dive?
There was contact by the stick, but I don't think it was enough to take him off the skates. And the Rangers go on the power play against a Buffalo team that is 20th in the league in penalty killing. Allowed 6 in 37 attempts. Here's Pruka. So that is the penalty, diving. Pruka feeds down in the corner. Now gets it back outside the Tootin. Pruka steps in, top of the circle. Ruchin with a setup and a shot in, and a nice save by Ryan Miller.
2 saves, I think, Mike. He made the rebound save as Pruka got to it. Boy, these Rangers made a nice play starting with the puck up at the blue line with Tootin on it. and he drops it down low to Pruka. He goes even lower, and there's Ruchin with a pass. Hossa shot, Pruka shot, and Miller comes up big time, making the 2 saves. Just nice pass. Look at misdirection. Go to your right, draw the penalty killer, give it back the other way, pass down low, get there. 1 shot, 2 shots. Great goaltending.
They actually had 2 players going to the net. Peter Pruka was there in case there was a rebound. A nice play there by Connolly to break up the pass, and off the Sabres come short-handed. Jochen Heck tried to get it to Connolly. Connolly coming off a 2-goal game against the Bruins. Had missed the entire 03 or 04 season with a concussion. Finally back in it, former Islander. Here's Nylander setting up Straka, but Straka was off balance and couldn't come up with it. 1 minute left in the penalty.
Rangers going with 4 forwards this time. Straka playing the point. Has done a lot of that. Started it when he was a Pittsburgh Penguin with Eddie Johnston. The old Boston Bruin goaltender was the coach at the time.
Yager, nice pass to Straka, cross ice, couldn't get it firmly on the stick. Back to Roosevelt. Now Yager moves in, wrist shot high. Miller stopped it with his glove on his shoulder, it looked like.
Got a quick hand. I watched Miller practice. Well, we watched him practice this morning, and he likes to drop down. He's a tall, very thin kid. The boy's got a good catching glove. This is a nice setup to allow Yager to move in. See, and you know what? Yager was looking way over to his left. Shot the puck up high to the right, trying to catch Miller, thinking pass. I mean, he really tried to decoy him with his eyes, Yager did, but it was a good save.
Ruchin on the faceoff. Rangers win it. And Ruchin down behind the goal line, and the Sabres able to break it up.
Mike, that last shot by Yager, he took the shot, and even before Miller held the puck for the whistle, Yager turned away and grabbed his arm. He's now gone to the locker room with Jim Ramsey, the medical trainer. Now, I don't know if he hurt something with that wrist shot or not.
Let's hope not. We'll get you a report as soon as we find out. Rangers keep it in. Hossa on the power play along with Ruchin. Oh, Pruka had a man right in front of the net, didn't quite see him, and the Sabres able to send it down the ice.
A little adversity here for the Rangers. They're down 2 forwards. Yager's gone to the locker room, and I think Betts is still gone. Remember, he had the head-on-head collision with the goaltender Miller, has a cut on his face and was being attended to.
Play broken up at center ice. Betts knocked down on the corner. Jochen Heck giving chase. Briere there. Rangers come up with it. A dangerous pass cross ice to Feder Teuton, and Teuton will just chip it in and head to the bench. 1-0 Rangers. 3:35 left. Here's Dominic Moore with a little steal down in the corner. Still with it. Turns in the corner. Now feeds to Jason Ward. Ward trying to find an opening. Banked off the boards to Kondrachev. His shot in, and a nifty play there by Moore. Tried a backhand a deflection in. Went wide.
A good shift by this Moore line. They contained Buffalo. Got them in their zone the whole shift.
Kasparaitis, nice pass to Jason Ward. Play broken up there, though, by number 27, Teppo Newman. And Miller whips it around the boards. Out to Jochen Heck. Sabres will go for a change as Kasparaitis gets back to chase it down.
Buffalo, remember they had the 8 shots total after that 1 power play. They haven't registered a shot since. I think the last shot they had was the good save by on Briere down low on that Afinogenov pass.
Strudwick's backhander intercepted on the move. Henrik Talander. Pruka was taken off the puck that time by Fitzpatrick. And Kasparaitis to Strudwick. Strudwick in the lineup tonight with Tom Poti a healthy scratch. Back down the ice it goes. Picked up by Fitzpatrick. Under 2.5 remaining. Pruka seems like he's all over the place. Intercepted that and it ends up in the Ranger bench. We'll be back. 1-0 Rangers.
Jaromir Jagr's last shift. It's on the power play. Watch him take the shot and turn away. Turns away right away. Feels something. I thought it was his arm. Wrong. He's reaching down. There's something wrong with it. Could be a muscle pull on his leg. I don't know, but he has not returned. And that's always troubling. Remember this, he left the ice service with the medical trainer, Jim Ramsey, and that always tells you it's a medical problem. And Betts has not returned yet either. So right now you've got Moore playing with Ruchinski and Hossa. That's generally where Ruchin is. So we'll see how the Rangers, they're going to have to go with 3 lines plus 1 forward.
Steve Ruchin's been battling a bit of a sore groin, having to keep that heated and stretched constantly. Here's Connolly moving in. Wrist shot high over the crossbar. Minute 45 left in the first. The Rangers 1-0 lead. They score again first. We'll talk to Chris Drury in our first intermission, so stay with us for that. Wyszynski and Straka can't connect, or Nylander rather, has it back. Wyszynski in the corner, flipped along the boards, and Malik can't keep it in. Nice play by Tony Lidman. And back forward is Rossovall. Rossovall, blue line to Nylander. He just chipped it in behind the net. Back to pick it up is Teppo Numminen. Minute 10 remaining. Shots are 8-4. The Sabres, all 8 of those came early. Rangers 4 since. And
mostly on a power play. The Sabres average 37 shots a game. This team's up, they're not going to get there.
They lead the league in shots on goal. Here's Ortmeyer on the outlet, up along the boards. He just whips it back in the corner on the bounce. Straka giving chase. And a nice hit by Ortmeyer. Ortmeyer still getting after it. And if you're with us in the pregame, you heard a lot of what Ortmeyer has to say on the ice.
Well,
he's always chattering.
He got to fill in for Jagers on that position, on that shift. He was the right winger where Jagr usually is. That's quite a position to have to take.
That's a big assignment.
Yes.
Here come the Sabres, a potential 3-on-2. Pass left, but Nieminen gives it up to Ruchin now. Ruchin has Ward in front of the net, but he went to the skating Nieminen instead. Does not connect. But Ruchin has it along the boards, kept it alive, and a whistle and a penalty coming up.
Should be a holding penalty against, I believe, Taylor Pyatt. He reached out with one hand. I could be wrong. I better just not say anything. Somebody got the penalty. No, it's Nieminen going. So I'm dead wrong. I apologize.
Oh, man.
It was a trailing official. The man at center ice that made the call. There's 11.5 seconds to go. And, you know, Nieminen, that's the second penalty he's taken in the period. Watch Lundqvist, the goaltender. High shot. Watch him try to get it with his head. Look at that. He tried to head the puck. I've seen him do it in practice. I said, did you do that on purpose and head the puck? He says, yeah. I says, yeah, nuts.
Does he have a soccer background or something?
Dominic Hasek does it a lot too, and he's so confident in the masks they wear that if he can't get his hands up, he'll use his head to head the puck away. And that's what he tried to do there. Good replay, guys. Thank you.
I can't imagine you doing that. No, I don't think so.
No, I have a twitch as it is. So not a chance. This period will expire. The Rangers were led by Lundqvist's goaltending on one of their penalty kills that kept them alive and in the game. They were able to score a beautiful goal on a 2-on-1 break set up with a great transition pass from Kasparaitis. The concern now is the health of Blair Betts, a centerman, and of course Jaromir Jagr, who leads the entire league with 15 points. Both did not play at the latter portion of that first period.
The Rangers down a couple of forwards here as they head off to their dressing room, but they withstood the early pressure of the Buffalo power play and have a 1-0 lead as they head to the locker room. Well, as a Rangers subscriber, not only are you guaranteed great seats, but you'll be there for every great Rangers moment. Season tickets or 15 or 7 game plans are available. Call 877-MSG-GOAL or visit NewYorkRangers.com for details. We're joined now in the intermission by Chris Drury, the forward for the Buffalo Sabres, a former Fairfield Prep star, and of course Boston University, now here with the Sabres, former Rookie of the Year. And Chris, that first period, a lot of pressure by your team early. Did you feel like you should have gotten one past Lundqvist?
Well, we certainly had our chances. He was pretty sharp early, sprawling all over the place, making some good saves. So, obviously we're going to have to shoot a little better to get one.
Now, Chris, we all know you're a Connecticut kid, right?
Yeah.
What's this stuff living in California now? Manhattan Beach, that's quite a change.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, it's just a place we kept visiting and liked, and wanted to get away from the humidity and the rain in the summer. I was telling Joe today, just when we have time off, we want it to be sunny and no rain. So California felt like a good fit.
That's good thinking by you, Chris Drury. Now, in the off year when hockey wasn't played, you were busy. You had another baby. You got 2 now.
Yeah, we kept busy. Anyone out there with kids knows that it's a pretty busy time. We got two under 20 months right now, so keeping busy, but it's fun.
Well, we know what you're doing away from the ice, playing dad with mom. All right, Chris, thanks so much. Best of luck from here on.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Chris Drury with us in the first intermission. 1-0 Rangers. We'll be back with more on MSG. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Continental Airlines, official airline of the New York Rangers. Continental Airlines, work hard, fly right. And by Panasonic, ideas for life. 1-0 Rangers after 1. Sports Desk, Deb Kaufman back in New York after this.
intermission. I'm Deb Kaufman at the Garden with the Rangers in Buffalo. Game 1 of the World Series is set to get underway in Chicago, and they don't call it the Windy City for nothing. Temperatures in the 40s with a steady wind and drizzle for the White Sox and Astros and 2 former Yankee starters, Roger Clemens and Jose Contreras. All 3 local hockey teams are on the road tonight. The Devils are on FSN, the Islanders on FSN2. We're back with a preview of our late show right after this. Coming up after the Ranger game, the late MSG Sports Desk. A quick break, and we're back to Mike Crispino and John Davidson at the HSBC Center in downtown Buffalo right after this.
Mike Crispino back here at the HSBC Arena in Buffalo. The Rangers leading 1-0 over the Sabres. The North Fork Bank upcoming schedule. Rangers have a few days off after this one. Then it's the Islanders at the Garden on MSG. Off to Montreal a week from tonight. That's on MSG as well, 7 o'clock. And then on the 31st, Halloween, OLN has the Canadians and the Rangers from the Garden. Rangers game night preceding all MSG Network games. We'll be back in just a moment to play the ever-popular trivia game here on Rangers Hockey. New York Rangers Hockey is brought to you in part by American Express, My Life, My Card, and by Canon, your source for document management. Welcome back to Buffalo. Rangers leading 1-0 after 1. And Mike Crispino, John Davidson, Noel Troutwig, but I'm sure he's tuned in, John. Time for trivia. Here's the question. 1994, the last time the Rangers had a hat trick in consecutive games. Which 2 players had them? Now, 94, a very memorable year, of course.
Does that mean there's 2 points available in this trivia?
Yes, that is correct. We are told by the production staff.
If you get 1 of 2, you get 1 point. If you get 2 of 2, you get 2 points.
If I get 1, I get 1 for Sam. If I get 2, I get 2 for Sam. If I get nothing, I get grief from Sam. I got to work on this.
Sam takes this very, very, very
I know he
seriously.
does. I know he does. So 94 now.
A couple of big nights coming up here in Buffalo. Danny Gare, who played his career here, tough, really good goal scorer. I actually played junior hockey with Danny in Calgary back in the early 70s. We'll have his number retired here in the Buffalo area. The only numbers retired was Tim Horton, who was killed tragically in an automobile accident. And then, of course, the French Connection line with René Robert, Gilbert Perrault, and Richard Martin. Pat LaFontaine, he too. And Pat's already in the Hockey Hall of Fame. 2 terrific guys, 2 terrific players, and here in Buffalo, they're just thrilled about it. Those are going to be a couple of great nights.
Oh yeah,
as the banners up for that. I had the pleasure and not so much of a pleasure being a goaltender against those guys in the old rink here in Buffalo called the Odd, which was a smaller building than this one. And could they go? And Gilbert would set up Robert and Martin. It was special to watch.
And the other thing is, John, you could see them very clearly. None of them wore helmets. You knew they were coming. Their hair's flying. Let's find out if Jaromir Jagr is going to come back out of that dressing room. He left.
And Blair Betts, too. He's the centerman on one of the lines. A terrific, hard-working fellow so far this season. We're looking for Betts and we're looking for Jagr.
And so far, nothing to report.
That's Betts right there. He's been cut down by his chin. Looks like it's all bandaged up, and the doctors have had the needle and thread at work. Now, we'll show you exactly what happened to Jagr. He's a very strong individual, and on this shot, which was a great shot that was stopped, he must have pulled something on his right leg. He felt something, and he reached in right away. Felt something. Immediately, he knows his own. Well, look at this.
Now he's back. All right.
Well, how about that? The Rangers were down 2 forwards, and now they've gotten them both back. So Jagr gets out, tries to take a spin to see how he feels, twisting a little bit, trying to take the long stride, which extends the muscles. He's actually skating in the Buffalo zone. He stops at the bench. Let's see if he talks to Jim Ramsey, who's back there, right in behind there. See if he talks to him. Yeah, a little word or two, maybe.
He gets in.
It looks like he. Now they're talking right there. I don't know. Look at the look of concern on Ramsey's face.
Could be question.
I think Jagr's nervous. It's a groin problem or a hip flexor or something.
Could it be anything to do with his back? I mean, he's kind of reaching back there and saying there's a grabbing sensation maybe.
I don't think so, because you didn't see him bent over stretching that way. It was more a leg thing. It looks like, well, it looks like it's 50-50. I don't know if he's going to stay or not.
All right.
No, he's staying. He's staying. No, he's staying, but he's way down at the end of the bench.
So we're just under. One question on that trivia question I got to ask I need some delineation here.
What's that mean?
Well, I don't know. I just made it up.
Delineation.
94. Does that mean?
That's a groin. Look and see.
Okay.
It's the inside of the top of his right thigh. That's people who have played sports know.
Hopefully it's just a twinge now and nothing serious.
Well, it can't be anything really serious, or we'd be in a locker room with an ice pack and trying to kill the inflammation as much as possible. Those types of injuries, if they go way up high, that's even more dangerous. The lower down on the thigh, the less dangerous it is regarding a long-term injury. You got to be careful here and make sure. He comes back and plays and gets hurt badly, he could be out for a significant amount of time. If it's nothing too serious, he may only miss a short amount of time.
Here's the other thing too. If you don't get out there and skate and find out, you get kind of cold sitting there on the bench, and you come out and you're tight, you're not stretched, you're not loose. We'll find out here. Just underway. A nice centering move and a backhander. Goal! Daniel Briere all over the place in the first period, ties it up here. Less than a minute in the second.
Well, he's their go-to guy, no question. His 7th goal of the season. This is a rush. Teppo Numminen on the puck. Nice little move. Kalinin gains the zone, and look at him split the defense. And the backhander almost looked like it rolled off his stick and went right through the legs of Lundqvist, and we're tied up at 1. Great rush goal in the power play. Nieminen's taken 2 penalties. And Jágr, by the way, is on the ice, so we'll see how he skates and how he feels. Nieminen was in the box for a holding the stick penalty. You can't take holding the stick penalties, folks. You can't do it. It's going to be called.
Rangers penalized 3 times in the first, and that one carried over to the second. Jágr handling the puck for the moment. And now Nylander back to pick it up. Tied at 1 here in Buffalo, just over a minute in. Drachev back for the loose puck, and it's intercepted. Moving in and a quick shot. Lundqvist held on. Thomas Vanek, who's a very dangerous player, bidding to give Buffalo the lead. Jágr broke up the play. It's loose in front. Lundqvist stops the backhander. And that one.
Vanek was a great goal scorer in the American League last season. And they want him to be a big-time goal scorer here this season. But he hasn't been able to score. Pretty good action at the net, and Lundqvist hangs on. Now this is Jágr skating during his first shift back in the second period. It's kind of like he's extending but not extending. All the way type of thing. Constant motion. Let's see if he sees another shift.
Face-off win by the Sabres, but the Rangers have it. Here's Hossa pulling up at the blue line. Leaves for Rucci, trying to feed him back. Hossa chips it back along the boards, picked up by Afinogenov, who had 4 shots on goal in the first period. Strudwick on the backhand bank to Hossa, and ahead to Ruchin. Cross ice, nice pass. Big shot, Raczynski high over the crossbar. Hossa back to clean it up. He does. Raczynski holding. Raczynski, one of just 3 players on the Rangers using wood sticks. Very unusual. Hossa, and the shot deflected out of the zone.
Jágr went to the bench, and he's at the end of the bench, forward end of the bench where the forwards sit. And again, he was reaching inside his hockey pants to where the aggravated area is.
Ludwig whips it around the glass, not out. Nieminen ahead. Here comes a 2-on-1. Ward skating. On a backhand, a shot. It might have hit the crossbar.
Crossbar or goalpost.
And another shot off the point by Nieminen.
Betts' first shift in the second period since he cut himself down by the chin. And his first, during the first period, missed the last 7 or 8 minutes. Oh, it's his second shift, pardon me.
Nice pass down low. Rossifal able to break that up, though. Ward ahead to Betts. That's what a possible 3-on-2. Pulls up at the blue line, then backhands it behind the net. Picked up there by Nieminen. Trying to center. This is Ward. Ward and Nieminen. Nice work there. Across the crease it goes, but out in the stick of the Sabres. And backhanded to center. Dominic Moore on the gift to Pruka. Now Moore. Big shot. And it just went wide. It went through Ryan Miller and almost in.
Third odd man rush for the Rangers in the last minute and a half. The 2-on-1 hit the goalpost. The 3-on-2, they never had a shot. And that last one, the puck almost went through and in.
Moore and Pruka doing some nice work in the corner here. Now Ortmeyer picks it up. Flips over to Moore. Backtracking on the hand to Pruka. It's Ortmeyer. And Ortmeyer all over the place. Controlling back there. as he goes against Newman, and eventually out of the zone it comes.
Yager standing on the bench, so I think he's ready for a shift. Yes, he's ready for a shift now.
Waiting for Pruka to get in the bench area.
He's waiting for Ortmeyer. Yeah, now Ortmeyer goes to the bench. Yager's on.
Kasparaitis off. The puck not kept in the zone. Rangers in the quality chances 3-2. Here's Yager. Yager with a nifty pass. And a shot wide by Nylander, well wide. And Buffalo back the other way on the rush. 3-on-3, but back in the play was Straka, and Lundqvist stops it and holds on.
Yeah, the big key for Lundqvist, you know, as a rookie goaltender in this league, with the way the game's played, you just can't let rebounds happen. So he squeezes another one, and no rebound at all. Heck looks around, takes the shot, no rebound. Man, it just squeezed right up. Now watch Ward here, 2-on-1, go to the backhand, forehand, goal post. That was right up high off the goal post. This one here went through Miller and grazed just wide of the net. So the Rangers could have had 2 more goals there. They were within a whisker of 2 more goals.
And the Rangers just credited for 1 shot on goal in the period, although those 2 are pretty darn good.
Well, that last one should have been credited. The one that hits the post, you don't get credit for that. It wouldn't have gone in.
Here's Fedor Tutin trying to bank it off the boards, and he does an out. Hossa now giving chase. Raczynski wins the race. Raczynski down in the corner. A nifty poke check by Tim Connolly that time.
Rangers have some pretty good rhythm here in the second period. They've created the turnovers.
Raczynski turns, flips in the corner. Hossa bangs it back to Ruchin, but unable to come up with a Connolly. Taken off it, centered. Hossa trying to deflect it. Knocked down. Ruchin, and they're pinning the Sabres in the corner right now. And a stoppage.
I don't know what happened there. Fitzpatrick was mad because he took an extra hit as he was waiting for the whistle to happen. I don't know where the puck is, and I don't know what happened to it. Hossa goes to the net here. He tries a deflection and gets knocked down. Now this Fitzpatrick's number 8. I don't know where the puck went or what happened to it. Oh, it went through the hole in the glass.
Through the
right
camera
up in there.
hole.
I'm sorry, yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it went through, and then he was standing there. There was no whistle, and he got an extra thump on him right there. The puck's already gone through the glass. You see the kid scrambling for it inside the arena.
Now, there wasn't a cameraman there, but that would have been a great shot. The puck coming right through the glass at it.
And there's little holes for the still photographers to put their camera lens through.
Ward wins the faceoff. Back to Roosevelt. Moves into the circle. Chipped there by Betts. Back to Ward. He spun around, but Miller cut that down. And back come the Sabres. 4 minutes, 10 seconds in to the second. 2 shots in. And a save by Lundqvist. Back the other way is Ward. Ward and Betts. Ward with a slapper wide. Roosevelt kept it. He whipped it past the goal. And now out of the zone it comes from J.P. Dumont. Pulling up. Joachim Heck waiting for some help. He has a man. It's Briere! Glove save!
What a shot! What a save! Beautiful! Rangers are missing the net too much, and a lot of times when they miss the net, the puck spins around, and the Sabres are coming the other way. Watch this beautiful pass, great shot, and fantastic catching glove save. Whoa, baby! Lundqvist was in good position. He hardly had to move the hand. Ward there trying to throw a body check on Dumont, missed him, but still got him with his legs. Some good action. Great save by Lundqvist.
Tom Rennie was talking about hitting the net with shots earlier today.
They've missed the net a lot already.
And they did against the Islanders as well. Now Dominic Moore skating hard up the left wing. Bangs it off the boards. Picked up by Pruka. Got to leave there. And oh, what a kicks. Nice pass by Ortmeyer with a skate back. Kondrachev's shot. Deflected wide. Pruka tried to center. A stuff play by Moore. Man, is Moore working hard. Pruka chasing it in the corner and finally picked up and cleared out by Chris Drury.
Another good pass by Kasparaitis.
Ortmeyer takes a hit from Kalina. Moore just keeps on driving. He and Pruka working in the corner. Leaves it for a player, but no one there. And it's in the hands of Teppo Newman. And up the left wing it comes. Slapped down into the Rangers zone by Thomas Vanek.
Yager on again, so that means he hasn't missed a shift in the second period.
Chris Drury in the corner, the former Calder Trophy winner, 1998, out of Boston University. Cross ice.
Penalty.
Quick shot, penalty coming. And there's the whistle. We'll be back. 1-1 tie in Buffalo.
Kondrachev, he's circled there with one of the Sabre players. He'll stick his leg out. It's called kneeing. I think it was more of a trip than anything else. And he has gone to the Chateau Bow Wow, and the Sabres, who have a power play goal in the second, go to work.
Sabres 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. 6 shots. Kalinin, Briere. Briere has a goal, the only one for Buffalo. Centering shot, a pass there, and Lundqvist able to cut it down, and a whistle blows.
And the referee lost sight of the puck.
Budweiser salutes America's designated drivers. Responsibility matters.
Boy, for Lundqvist, he's looking at the passer or the shooter, and there was a man open on his left. And Fedor-Tutin went right down and blocked it beautifully, so there was no cross-ice pass across the top of his crease.
Face-off won by the Sabres. Kalinin back at the point with Briere. Steps back away from the penalty kill unit. Now they give to Chris Drury, who gets it back. Drury looking inside. Give and go. They center. Oh! Lundqvist! How did he stop that? It was behind him.
That's that same play we were talking about earlier. Tutin blocked it. This time, Lundqvist. Oh, baby. This is showtime. What a save. Drury down low. Pass across. Maybe did he? I think that was on Numminen who slips in. Everybody's watching the near side of the ice. Teppo Numminen slips down as a defenseman and makes the play. And I think the catching glove of Lundqvist made the save. Baby, was that hot.
1:20 left in the man advantage to the Sabres on the penalty to Kondrachev in a 1-1 game. Sabres have struggled on the power play this year, but they have won tonight.
How can it be struggling when you see plays like that?
It's amazing way they move the puck. They're just not getting into the net, I guess.
Well, their last game they were 2 for 7 in Boston, and they've already got 1 here. So you think of them as only having 7 power play goals. 3 of them in the last 4 periods. It's getting hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those plays there were pretty darn good.
They went 0 for 26,
yeah.
so they struggled for a week or so.
Set plays, Mike, set plays, and you can do that with bigger ice surface.
That time Briere lost the skate edge and lost the puck. Roosevelt couldn't clear it out, though. Picked up by Finneganov. And he has it along the boards. Nifty move there to find a teammate. Knocked down on a great play by Ortmeyer. Great block shot by Ortmeyer. Dominic Moore moving in on the wing, short-handed. And Moore, nice body check put on him that time. A nice play by Kotelik.
Yeah, that was a nice play. He took the body. He didn't hook him. He didn't hold him. He took the body.
Yeah, so for those of the critics who say there's not enough body work in the 2005 NHL, there's a good example of the fact that there is. Finneganov. Final seconds of the power play. Buffalo trying to get a last shot at it. But Fedor-Tutin did a nice job. Kondrachev back into the play, but not back in the zone yet. And they still have it. Vanek, nice pass. Cross ice. Oh, what a play! The Sabres lead 2-1. As the power play had expired, J.P. Dumont just redirected it.
You know, the Sabres battled for the puck on the near side of the ice. There was a big battle. 2 Rangers there, 1 Sabre. Now there's 2 Sabres and there's 3. Watch the pass across, and then the second one, and there's Dumont, who's great. He just that's 12 goals in 19 career games against the Rangers. He got open, got a stick. No, it's not his goal. Oh, I thought he deflected it. That was Fitzpatrick that might have gotten it. Doesn't matter. The Sabres took advantage of the winning the puck along the boards and get the go-ahead goal.
We'll get the official call on it, but Dumont was in the middle of it, that's for sure.
I thought he deflected it, and watching the replay, he may not have.
And the Rangers just unable to clear it out of there. Even strength, they got Kondrachev back into play, but didn't get the puck cleared immediately. Nylander now across the blue line, pulls up, wings it around the boards. Out to the point to Roosevelt. Cross ice pass to Malik, moves right in. Rister, and a blocked shoulder save by Ryan Miller. Puck down low to Jágr. Jágr with a great pass inside. Hossa! No, Straka's shot is stopped by Miller.
That's a nice play by 2-3. I mean, Jágr made a nice pass to Straka, who had to spin around and take the shot. And the goaltender knew there's no chance this was going to be a high shot. The shooter can't get it high. When you spin around like this, you just sweep it. So he was down low waiting for it before the shot was even taken. Here's another look at that goal. I don't think Dumont got it. No, it actually went off of the defenseman Kasparaitis, who was down. So it'll be a Fitzpatrick goal. He's the one that will get credit for it.
That's his second of the year. And the Rangers trail for the first time tonight, 2-1. Midway through the second period.
The Rangers have had plenty of odd man rushes, chances to work on their own scoring, but they were unable to finish plays. The goal post away, a couple of goalie saves away. You get the odd man rushes, you have to take advantage of those situations against a stingy club.
We're seeing more of those in the 2005 NHL, that's for sure. Lundqvist, blocker save, nice job there. Bidding for the third goal, Alish Kotelik.
He makes some good plays, that kid.
Yes, he does. Back out to the point in the slap shot. Jay McKee's stick. And out of the zone eventually. Here come the Rangers. 9.5 remaining in the second. Strudwick fires it down behind the net and heads for the bench. Blair Betts did a nice job on the body check. He comes up with the puck. Now he lost it. Back the other way. He's got a Finnegan moving in at Lundqvist, and he made the save.
Penalty.
And a penalty coming to the Rangers when we return.
Look at the Panasonic digital replay. The Rangers have the puck along the boards. Betts gets double teamed, loses control. Look at this pass right here. Oh, is that beautiful? And you see the hook by Kasparaitis after the shot was taken. It doesn't matter if it's after the shot, it's still a hook. So he's in the box.
And that is the 5th penalty against the Rangers tonight. Buffalo's taken 2. Kalinin can't keep it in. Here's a shorthanded chance maybe for Moore up the right wing. Pulls up, looking to center. And he can't find Rozabal. Out of the net comes Lundqvist. Trying to clear it. Oh, wait a minute, great save. He's out of the crease. He had to get back with a stick to stop it from being 3-1. Briere. Slap shot, only a half of it taken off the stick of Kalinin. Now he gets it back. He might have a broken stick the way he was bending it. And Briere now, minute 20.
See Briere calm it down.
Holds, sits there. Across the crease and just wide.
Briere, he slows the game down to his own pace on the power play. This is special to watch.
Drury had that last shot. Cross ice, it comes to Kalinin. They're really moving the puck well. Back down along the goal line and out to the point again. Peppo Newman in. Rozabal knocked that shot down, and what a play to get it out of the zone by Dominic Moore.
He's got to get off. He's got to get off. All 4 Rangers changed.
40 seconds left in the man advantage for the Buffalo Sabres. Strudwick, Betts, Ward, and Tootin on the penalty kill for the Rangers. Can't get it out of the zone. Shot fanned on that time by Connolly. Behind the net along the goal line, and Lundqvist makes another save.
That was Lidman. The defensemen really move in for these Sabres on their power play.
Vanek along the boards. Oh, nice play here by Ward, and he's in a foot race. 2-on-1 maybe, but Betts goes to the bench. Stepping in for him is Ruchin, and Ruchin has the puck taken away. Vinogenoff, he's got some help coming on the left. Vanek, and he couldn't connect.
Oh, that's because the back check by Ruchin chipped the puck away. Man, has been some good efforts. Kasparaitis back on the ice.
Penalty over. Rangers kill that one. And off they go. That's Ward skating hard up the left wing. Flips in the corner and heads to the bench. And oh, he took a big hit down there from J.P. Dumont on the way back to the bench. Then again off. Rachinski kept it alive. Nice pass to Rachinski. A little give and go. A stuff shot. Miller stopped 1, and he stops 2 from Hossa.
Good move there by the kid goaltender. Miller was on the right side, able to get back to the left side. He will be, I would think, one of the 3 goaltenders going to Italy for the U.S. Olympic team. They will announce that team on the 20th of December. Here you see Hossa moves around. Tries a stuff-in shot twice, and Miller was there both times. You said a hit? I don't think he was expecting that one.
No.
Lundqvist had to fire the puck away. Did, and almost an empty net goal. Wow, was that close.
Buffalo wins the faceoffs, and they've won the majority of them in this game so far. Taylor Pyatt with it. Ahead to Mike Briere. Briere with a wrister high over the crossbar. He got a lot of juice on that one.
Humming.
Buffalo team pressing the attack throughout.
Getting back to that December 20th, it'll be a game in Minnesota with the Dallas Stars playing there on the OLN network. That's when the plan is to have the U.S. Olympic team announced. And of course, Miller hoping to be one of those kids as one of the 3 goaltenders, and there's a good chance it will be. He's been really good.
He is
he's opened eyes.
Amazing physical specimen too. Only 166 pounds. Here's Pyan moving in. Backhander Lundqvist stopped him. And the league able to clear it out. Goal off the moorings. Stoppage in play. 5:48 left in the second. 2-1 Buffalo.
Rangers centerman Blair Betts missed a good portion of the first period as he was cut with a head-to-head collision with the goaltender. He was cross-checked from behind there. Ooh, that was a bad cross-check by Heck. And his, you can see the whole lower side of his, left side of his jaw had to be repaired. But he's been back and playing hard. That was a pretty nasty cross-check.
5.5 remaining. Buffalo with a 2-1 lead. Rangers had a 1-0 lead on a Nylander goal in the first. Yager with a nifty pass back off his skates to Nylander, who centers. Yager's shot. Miller stood right in and made the save.
Nylander with a good pass, wasn't it?
Kondrachev on a giveaway. And here comes J.P. Dumont. Briere centers. Oh, they had Joachim Heck cruising in on Lundqvist. Yager cross ice to Kasparaitis. Rangers go for changes. Ruchin in. Kruk is still on. He heads to the bench now. Yager does as well. Strudwick came up to make a play, and back to Fedor Tutin it goes. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the second. Tutin with the pass up the boards. Hossa couldn't come up with it, and back the other way. Dumont skating up the left wing hard, and a quick wrist shot in hard by Alish Kotelik. Stopped by Lundqvist. Well, individual tickets for the Rangers-Canadiens game on Monday, October 31st are on sale now. Visit NewYorkRangers.com, the Garden Box office, or call Ticketmaster at 212-307-7171. New team, new rules. The new era starts now.
It's Halloween, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It should be fun.
After I collect my candy, I'm going to try to make that game.
Vince's most favorite day, huh?
That's the best.
Yeah, Montreal's playing pretty well. They've got a game going on tonight with the Islanders. They're tied 2-2 in the second period.
Philly leading Toronto 2-1 in the second. Boston all over Pittsburgh, still winless.
Oh boy.
At Boston 5-1. Detroit jumped off to a 4-0 lead against Columbus.
My friend Eddie Olczyk, the coach of Pittsburgh. Boy, things aren't going well for them. Winless, huh? Starting to give up a lot of goals now.
Had some overtime disappointments. Puck cleared down the ice. They wave off icing. One of the positives in the new rules. And boy, some of the stats that came out this week, John, about the NHL in the opening couple of weeks are pretty impressive in terms of people in the stands, television viewership. Kept in by the Sabres. Fedoganov got shot in at Lundqvist. He didn't even see it at first. He stopped it with his chest.
And Connolly had the rebound shot. He stopped that too.
So Fedor Tutin now with possession.
You know, they can talk about stats all they want, and they don't lie. I mean, goal scoring is up. But I think it's more the fans' reaction to the game, the way it's being played. And
it's kind of like aesthetics almost.
Yeah,
right?
but that seems very, very good. Most fans feel that, you know, it's entertaining. It's fun to watch.
Well, most people we talk to coming out of these arenas have a lot of positive things to say about what they're seeing.
And
That's
it's only
important.
a few weeks in. There's a lot of things the league wants to continue to work on.
Right in
good
front of
save.
the net.
Did he make
David had a
save?
chance to tie it up, and Miller caught it out of the corner of his eye.
Got it with his right stick, right arm. That was a terrific save on Nieminen, who was waiting right there. The puck flipped across to him, and he made a right arm save. That was great. You know, the puck was rolling, so I don't think Nieminen got everything he wanted on the shot. He did get it up, which is a priority. The kid got across with the blocker.
Yeah.
That's the type of save you want. That's a great save. Here's the turnover up the middle, and there's the second shot by Connolly. That was some save.
The Rangers get another face-off man thrown out of there. That's Dominic Moore, so it's Ortmeyer instead. Ortmeyer wins it back, but the Sabres have possession. Up along boards, Kalinin doing battle with Ortmeyer, and it's chipped out to center ice. Well, Ryan Miller, an interesting guy, and talking to him this morning about the pad size that players are using now in the NHL goalkeepers. He has no problem with it. He wears pads very similar to Brodeur. Said it seems like just a hair less than what I normally wear, so he's very comfortable.
But the hockey pants are bugging him a little bit.
Yeah, what do we call that?
The rolls on the interior, the
thigh
inside of your
rolls, that's what he
thighs.
called
Yeah.
it. I usually call that fat for me. Thigh rolls are what he was talking about, and then that he says it feels like it's missing. Dominic Moore holds, shoots, it's chipped just wide by Pruka. He and Dominic Moore have done a nice job here in the second for the Rangers. The Sabres come up with it though, along the left wing, and slip down behind the net, giving chase. Mike Greer with a big hit.
Yeah, he's had a couple of crunching body checks here in this game. His father's still in the football business. He's with the Houston Football Club. Having a tough time.
Texans having trouble winning games, that's for
They're in
sure.
Washington, I think, this weekend, right?
I believe that's right. Here's Straka behind the net. Now backhands out to Kasparaitis. Cross ice it goes. Yager right in on him. Shot on goal, stopped by Miller.
He's made the saves on Yager's wrist shots, but every time there's a rebound.
Back to Yager again. Oh, it was like a repeat performance.
Good pass across. Good pass across. Yager hit the net. This time the kid allowed the rebound, but he held on to it. Couple of good shots here by Yager. Yager's wrist shot is such that your job is to stop it, but his rebound, see, rebound. His team got it and cleared it away. Now this time there's still another rebound after the save, but he was able to dive out and get it. So it's Miller time here right now in Buffalo, as Ryan Miller's made a couple of nice saves with 1:45 to go in the second period. See the shots, 21-12 in favor of Buffalo to this point.
Yeah, talking to Darcy Regier this morning, John, they have a plethora of goalkeepers.
Three of them, yeah.
Yeah, Martin Biron, who won 3 games against the Rangers 2 years ago, was kind of a nemesis to the Rangers. Hasn't played at all.
No, Miller's played every minute. They have a kid by the name of Norin who's not dressed tonight.
High draft pick.
Well,
right?
2 of them would have to go through waivers if they sent one of them down. So, and Miller's their starter. He wouldn't. I thought, well, maybe he would. So they just can't. They're going to wait and see if they make a deal. They're going to wait and see if one of them gets hurt. So they don't have a problem with that position right now, where some other teams do.
Yeah.
Example, Atlanta.
Exactly. Well, I thought you made a good point in that discussion about you just don't know who's playing good goal yet with the way things have changed. A lot of the number ones are struggling.
They're rusty.
That's what it is. And moving in on a backhand. Lundqvist sticks to the side on a nice move there by Rory Fitzpatrick. He already has a goal in the game. Final minute of the second period. Hossa heads to the bench. Ruchin on. Ruchin deflects it down in the corner. Now he heads to the bench. Yager on with Straka. And the puck chipped to the corner that time by Nylander. Back down the other end it comes into the Ranger zone. 30 seconds remaining, and that's going to be an icing.
That was an alley-oop that the Sabres were hoping wouldn't turn into an icing play, but it does. So 33.3 seconds to go, and the tired Sabres can't change. They can't change.
Well, they went over someone went over to the bench there and momentarily, and then realized.
No, the referees said, no, you can, come on back, boys. So
Was
big
that
face
Tim
off.
Connolly, I think.
Big
no,
face off. Briere against Nylander.
And Briere wins it back. And the Sabres able to clear it out. Here's Rosenthal. Cross ice, Straka off the Karam. Pulls up, gets possession. Now gives to Straka. Nylander. Behind the net, Yager. Yager trying to center him right through the crease. Straka was going to the net.
That was a good play. That was a good play. Nearly tied up. The big line here late in the second period for the Rangers actually looked pretty good.
And the Sabres clear it out down to the Rangers zone. Final seconds ticking off here in the second. And the Sabres, on the strength of a power play goal and an even strength goal by Rory Fitzpatrick. The power play by Briere, lead 2-1 after 2.
See, Nylander moves the puck and then Straka's in front. But a good job by one of the Sabre players dropping down to stop the pass, because right there was Straka for the open shot. Miller was he wasn't tested much in the first or the first half of the second, but the second half of the second, some pretty good work. 6:53 for a 7:30 game. Miller came out to the bench. He does this every game. He's a superstitious guy, I guess, and that's called focusing, getting ready for the game. Total, absolute concentration.
If you see him walking in, to the rink as we were earlier today by our studio. He looks kind of like a rock guitarist when he comes walking. You expect him to see like an entourage behind him.
Well, he's a pretty good goaltender, I can tell you that.
That's for sure. Got great hands, no doubt about it. Ryan Miller, who had an outstanding second period. Mike Polino, the assistant coach of the Rangers, downstairs to join us. And Mike, final minutes of that second period, your club really started to put some pressure on Ryan Miller and the Sabres. Did you feel like you had to get a goal there?
Well, we sure do. We're down 2-1, as everyone knows, and our strong play this year has been based off our forecheck, so we wanted to make sure that we could try to establish that heading into the third period.
Mike, when you get into a tight game like this and the way they're calling it, does it drive coaches nuts where your players sometimes are still like holding a stick or a little hook or trying to get that message to the players, you just can't do it?
Well, we realize it's a work in progress. We'd like our players to know they can't do those things right from the get-go, but unfortunately some of them are still struggling through learning it, and we just got to keep on them and hope they continue to improve.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. Get back in the dressing room. We appreciate your time, no doubt. Back for our second intermission in just a moment. Mike Polino, the assistant of the Rangers. 2-1 Sabres after 2. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Cablevision. Get the most New York sports in HD on IO Digital cable service from Cablevision. And by Nissan and your local Nissan dealer. And by Office Depot, taking care of business. Mike Crispino, John Davidson, joined by Martin Rucinski down outside the Rangers locker room. Martin, that second period, Buffalo got off to a great start. Did you feel like you were back on your heels a little bit as a team early on?
Well, we had to kill the penalties right from the beginning, and they scored a goal. And obviously, they got their jump, and we fall behind a little bit. And right now, it's a one-goal game, and just want to make sure we're going to have a good third period.
Marty, tell us about your homeland back in the Czech Republic, how important it is for the people there to watch your team and see how you guys do. There's a lot of Czech Republic players with the Rangers. Are they paying a lot of attention?
I think so. I think the people are real hockey fans back there, and especially in these years, they have a chance to watch a lot of games from the NHL on TV. There's a special cable network back home, and so they can watch some games, a lot of games actually, so they're right into it.
Well, Marty, we thank you so much for joining us. We'll watch you in the third period. Best of luck, and I know people back in the Czech Republic enjoying what you're doing and the rest of your teammates.
No, thank you very much.
Martin Rucinski with us in the second intermission here on MSG. Back with more Sports Desk and an update. Deb Kaufman in a moment.
Back with more at the intermission. I'm Deb Kaufman. It's 2-1 Sabres after two spirited periods of play in Buffalo. The Islanders got down 2-0 in Montreal. Steve Sterling called a timeout to settle his team down, and Miro Shatan has since scored twice to tie it up. That a blast to tie it at 2. That was his 6th of the year. He got his 5th earlier in the period against Jose Theodore. They're now skating in the third. Devils and Thrashers are also in the third. It's 3-2. John Madden scored 7 minutes into the first, and then he scored again. Sergei Brylin gave the Devils a lead at 2-1, and then Madden made it 3-1. Atlanta has added one as they trade goals in the third period. It's 3-2 in the third. Again, the Rangers are down a goal. A quick break, and we're back with more after this. Be sure and stay with us after the Ranger game tonight. With all three local hockey teams on the road, we'll have coverage from Montreal, from Atlanta, and post-game from this Ranger game in Buffalo. Plus Game 1 of the World Series and our high school report. Hope to see you then.
Back in Buffalo, time for the Aquavolva fresh faces of the game. The two goalkeepers, 25-year-old Ryan Miller, 23-year-old Henrik Lundqvist. 20 saves for Lundqvist, 12 of 13 for Ryan Miller, the kid out of Michigan State. A 2-1 game. Buffalo over the Rangers. Back for our trivia answers after these words on MSG. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Canon, your source for document management, and by HIP, Health Plan of New York. Now that's HIP. Our sprint scoring summary in the second period. Daniel Briere from Kalinin and Numanen. Power play goal 44 seconds in. Rory Fitzpatrick, Vanek and Afinogenov at 8:48. 14-9 the shots on. Sabres in that period 22-13 in the game. And they did a good job on faceoffs as well. The Sabres 19-13. Time for our trivia question and answer, brought to you by Nissan. 1994, a year we all remember so well. The last time the Rangers had a hat trick in consecutive games. Which two players had them?
Can I go first?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to go with Adam Graves
Yeah.
and Mark Messier.
Okay, I'm going to go with Adam Graves and Mike Gartner.
I forgot about Mike
Gartner had 28 that year. Oh,
how'd you know he had 28 that year?
I just remembered. And I know you. I'll give
Sam
you more.
gets 2 points and I get 1.
Sammy,
oh baby,
is going to be happy with me. Adam Graves.
There was a little hesitation there when I asked you that question. I'd like to know about that.
He had 52, by the way.
We have to
Adam
call in the
Graves.
CIA to figure
Some
this out.
numbers you remember. Now, you're a good guy with phone numbers. I'm a good guy with goal scoring.
Oh, schmoozer. Sammy got 2, I got 1. All right.
Trout, we got
Rangers,
nothing. That's the best part. He got zip.
And the Rangers need 1 to tie this up. They're down 2-1 going into the third. They seem to, the big line, the Nylander line with Straka and Yager, seem to pick up their game late in the second period. A couple things to look at. Afinogenov, who wears number 61 for Buffalo, has had 6 shots on Henrik Lundqvist. Yager had 3 that second period, at 4 for the evening so far for the Rangers. And you talked about faceoffs.
Yeah.
Chris Drury's 10-2.
Yeah,
10-2. That's a good evening through 2 periods on the draws.
But now here is the more important issue.
Baby.
We have a tie. Oh, no, we don't. Al leads the trivia ratings, and JD.
Yeah, I only got 1
Sam.
point that night. Al's not happy because
Why is
he
he
didn't
not
get
happy?
it tonight, but because when he's around, he gets double the points. He's still leading.
When he's around, he's always smiling. See, when he's not around, he's never happy.
As Joe Whalen, our producer, said, he's a tough guy to please.
Here we go.
There we go.
Rangers in the road white, moving right to left. The Sabres in the home red. In a 2-1 game, and Yager starts on ice, so that what might have been a muscle pull in the leg seems to be okay right now for him.
All players back on the ice. Rangers don't play till next Thursday, so it gives them a little bit of a rest after they finish this game. They've had a hectic schedule in the last 8 to 10 days, so they can throw everything they have at Buffalo.
Roosevelt, quick shot, glove side, just wide, and out of the zone it comes. So the opening 30 seconds, Rangers being outshot overall, 22-14 in the game. And this is a Buffalo team that gets the most shots on goal of any team in the league, 37 plus. And moving in, nifty pass, a shot. Oh, what a play by Katrachev to break it up. That could have been a 3-1 game. J.P. Dumont, what a rush he put on. Back comes Vanek, flips it into the corner. Now he gives chase. Back along the point, and a quick shot in that time from Jay McKee. Rangers able to pick it up. And chipped up the boards, they clear it ahead. It's Ruchin in, and a wrister into Miller's chest. The rebound man is Raczynski. He couldn't tee it up. It was on goal, but he couldn't tee it up. And back the other way comes Vanek. Pulls up, tries to leave it for a teammate, and Raczynski to chase it down. A 2-on-1 here. Raczynski and Ruchin. Raczynski shot gloved by Miller. Couldn't hold it. Strudwick backhands along the boards, but the Sabres up and clear it away. Here's Vanek. Pulls up on the lead for Connolly. He didn't see it coming, and Fedor-Tutin has it.
That's a ton of odd man rushes in this game. A ton of odd man rushes for the Rangers, and they haven't been able to put one away yet.
And an icing call there.
That last 2-on-1, the Sabres made a really smart line change. It looked like a wide open 2-on-1. It was almost a 2-on-2 by the time it fit. Now this is wild. That's Dumont. Drury heads towards the net. Kasparaitis with a block. Kondratyov gets back and maybe saved a goal there. Rangers come up a 2-on-1, and that went off the catching glove of the goaltender. Miller made a nice play.
Raczynski with a couple of rushes there and shots on Miller. Second one he couldn't quite get 100% of. And the Sabres keep it. Lundqvist gloves the shot from the point. Fedor-Tutin up against the glass, kept in by Buffalo. Tutin back to retrieve. He and Strudwick, the pairing. Tom Poti out tonight, healthy scratch.
Penalty is
Jason Ward got taken down. And the Rangers will have the man advantage here. Just 2 minutes and 19 seconds into the third.
That was a long way away from where the puck was. Ward's flexing his right leg. It's a tripping call. Against, I believe, Tim Connolly will go. Right in the middle. The stick through the legs and the twist by Connolly on Ward. That twisted Ward down to the ice. He was a little sore, so the Rangers get the big boys on the ice. They go with 4 forwards. Straka playing the point with Roosevelt.
Rangers third in the league on the power play coming into this game, but they've been shut down on 2 attempts. Here's Nylander. Along the corner, Jágr double teamed as Buffalo said they would. When he gets the puck, they'll try to send 2 to him, and they've been doing that.
Well, you send 2 guys to him when you're down a man. That's asking for trouble. If he moves the puck and you're already down a man, you're short-handed, and that traps 2 other players, that's asking for trouble.
Wrapped around the boards in the stick, though, of the Sabres, and Joachim Heck able to clear it out. Buffalo 5-2 on the season, trailing Ottawa, who's 6-0. Roswell, nice setup. Rachinski couldn't get a complete piece of it. Back comes out to Straka. Straka to Jágr, gets the return. Now back to Jágr, try to shoot it. It deflected off the defense. Roswell has it. On the lead for Nylander. And it's Jágr who's held up and puck cleared down. A minute left in the man advantage for the Rangers.
Joachim Heck having a strong game. He helped win the puck along the boards there.
Jágr gives to Pruka. Moves in, holds up. Kicks it along the boards to Jágr. Jágr moves in, cut to center, and it's knocked down by the defense. Good play by Tony Lidman there.
And Jay McKee was there too. Jay McKee's a veteran defenseman. He really reads plays well. Blocks passes with his legs.
Ruchin in the final 35 seconds of the man advantage. The Rangers try to move it out of their zone. Straka holding up at center. Fires along the boards. Miller back there in that little square you can handle, and he does. And the Sabres clear it out again. Final 20 seconds. Well, the man advantage, a 2-1 Buffalo lead.
So Straka and Jágr stay out for the full 2 minutes.
Malik gives to Jágr. Jágr, 3 men converge on him. Pruka, final seconds here, the man advantage. Jágr to Pruka along the boards. Gives back to Jaromir Jágr. Jágr can't control it though. Straka, penalty over. Connolly out of the box. And the Sabres clear it out.
Oh, Briere was looking for a breakaway, almost had it.
And nice play by Martin Straka. Poke check it out of the zone, but Briere back at it. Across the blue line. Moves in, gives to Dumont. Nice speed. Backhander, Lundqvist stopped it. Dumont bidding for his second of the game. Well, his first of the game. He had a hand in one of the goals. And out come the Rangers. Turned back the other way by Buffalo. Malik there, touches up, icing, and will face it off in the Buffalo zone. 15:08 left.
The power play had expired for the Rangers, and look at Briere there headed through the middle. If that little play clicks, remember, no 2-line passes, he was gone. Here's the last chance the Sabres had. You see Dumont there with a backhand play. Briere always around the puck. And watch McKee here come across. He blocks the passes. The Rangers had 2 men going to the net. That was a great block. Otherwise, it's point-blank shot time.
And on the face-off, Briere can't get control of it. Shot by Strudden. Forward in the corner. And the Sabres able to clear it up. Tootin back to center with banks it off the boards. Another bank shot by Neiman. And now Betts by the center. Miller there to stick it away.
Ward skating pretty well. Remember, he was twisted around when Buffalo took that last penalty.
Neiman had the puck taken away. Dumont moves in, a penalty. And Buffalo hold on. Miller headed to the bench. Sabres with the extra man, but the Rangers break it up. And now the Buffalo Sabres go on the power play with a 2-1 lead. 14:34 left in the game.
Yeah, 3rd penalty for Neiman, and this one's a hook. Well, we'll take a look and see how he gets caught here. He reaches out, the puck's gone. He hasn't taken the penalty yet, but he does there. So he's having a tough time adjusting to rules. 3 penalties in 1 game. You know, he upset the balance of the Buffalo Sabre going in towards the net. We talked, and we have all season long, and we'll keep talking about it because it's how the game's being called, and that is the stick anywhere, even if you have one hand on your stick, if it's parallel to the ice, into the player, and you make any kind of a hooking or holding motion with your stick, you're going to be called. So that's his 3rd one in this game, and he's got to break the habits, folks. He just has to.
Yeah, the bottom line is if the man has you beat as the Sabres are offside, you really cannot reach in and try to, make up for that with your stick.
I mean, you know he's working, he wants to do something, but and he tried there with 1 hand instead of 2, but you can't put it under and twist because he took away which almost seemed to be an opportunity for a shot.
Well, Budweiser salutes America's designated driver's responsibility matters. So Buffalo on the man advantage for the 6th time in this game. Rangers have had 3 power plays. Dominic Moore in to kill along with Ortmeyer. The shot got into Lundqvist off the stick of Nilmanen, but the Ranger defense able to break it up. And out of the zone it comes. And the Sabres offside.
Mike, we were talking with Lindy Ruff about the standard and the way the game is being called by officials. During training camp with Buffalo, they filmed all their practices and even had people blow whistles during their practices if there was a foul committed in the way the game was going to be called. So their team learned early. They want to camp on. They whistled things down. They talked to players. They did everything. Rangers have been similar. They've shown their players plenty of video. They're trying to get them to listen and learn. You think going into this game, the Rangers were shorthanded 63 times. Buffalo 31.
Amazing.
Chicago's been taking all kinds of penalties. They don't seem to want to learn as a team about taking bad penalties. You're going to hurt yourself if you keep doing it. It's that simple.
It's almost like behavioral adjustment made by the Sabres in that training camp. Blowing whistles, stop and play like that. Driving hard behind the goal line. That's Elish Podolak. Back out to the point it comes, and the Rangers clear it out.
A good play by Ruchin. He blocked the shot. Under a minute now on the power play left.
13.5 remaining in the game. Sabres with 1 even strength goal and a power play goal. Rangers had a 1-0 lead in this game. Michael Nylander's 2nd of the year, but they're down now. Connolly kept in along the blue line. Chipped up into the glass by Thomas Vanek, and the Rangers clear that out. So 30 seconds left, and they make changes in their penalty kill unit. Ward out. Betts in. Nylander. Strudwick and Fedorchuk. Pass eluding Paul Kostad, and that's offside.
Icing. Yeah, icing with 19 seconds to go on the Neimanen penalty, so that's a big advantage with the faceoff coming all the way back into the Buffalo zone with 12:53 to go. Again, 19 seconds left on the minor penalties. The Rangers penalty killing has been pretty good tonight. Well, actually, they gave up 1 on the power play, right? And then
they did.
And then they gave up another one just after power play for Buffalo had expired.
Exactly. Kondrachev had come out on the bench, off the box rather, and couldn't quite get back into the play when the Sabres were able to score. So Buffalo with it, 12:40 remaining. Resetting Henrik Telander, and the final seconds of the power play about to tick off. And Neiman back out, and some scattered boos from the Sabres fans. Thought the team was taking too much time to get back into it.
They're 5-2. They're leading. That's a tough crowd. Relax. Enjoy it, folks.
If it's hockey you love, well, it's hockey we've got on Thursday on MSG. Hockey Night in New York, presented by Panasonic. Don't miss a full night of coverage featuring the Rangers and Islanders facing off at 7 right here on MSG Network. Ranger tailgate show. All kinds of things going on at the Garden. And hockey back and better than ever. Rangers trailing 2-1, headed toward the midway point of the 3rd period. Against the Buffalo team that's unbeaten at home so far, 3-0. Sabres out of the zone with it, carrying it Chris Drury. Mike Greer took a heavy check from Fedorchuk, knocked him off the puck. Here's Yager looking for some help on a nice drop to Strudwick. And when he didn't try to backhand it, Miller stick to the side.
There's a hold.
And there is going to be, let's see.
No penalty. That's off the mooring, but the man on the play was number 8, who was Fitzpatrick. He had a complete hold of Straka. Now, I don't think they called it, and it should have been. Now, here you just watch Straka, 82 there. Fitzpatrick's already on him. Now, watch him behind the net. The net's called off, but look at the hold. And they didn't call that a penalty at all. It was at the whistle, but it doesn't matter. That should have been called. I mean, the standard's the standard, stay with it, and that's an absolute hold, without question. I know he bumped the net there a little bit, but look where the stick is. Anyway, face-off outside. They say the Ranger player knocked the net off the mooring. Face-off outside.
That was a hook, hold, and a grab all at once.
I think the officials were more fixated in seeing the net go off the mooring.
So even though it was off the mooring, that still should have been called. Back to pick it up, Tony Littman.
They're allowed to miss the odd one.
It's easy for us.
Yeah.
We get replays and we get all the great pictures from our crew. Sometimes ice side, you can't see some of these things. Jay McKee back, retrieves and banks it out of the zone. Kasparaitis with it in the Ranger zone as they make changes here on the fly. Just about 9 minutes gone here in the third. And the Sabres have kind of broken up the flow of the Ranger offense right now.
Offside here, delayed offside. Buffalo is being more careful now with the 1-goal lead.
Back in and a centering pass. A shot knocked down by Roosevelt came from Kalinin there. Didn't get all the way through. Dominic Moore along the boards, working hard, trying to chip to the head. He and Connolly. Connolly came up with it. And back out of the zone it goes. 10.5 remaining. To play in the center ice area. You don't see much of that these days in the NHL. We saw some right there. Newman, Connolly, and Kalinin might have been offside. They don't call it. Rangers going for a change in the center ice area and a big slap shot and a kick save. That one came flying off.
That Connolly, man, he's got probably the hardest shot on the Buffalo team. That was a shot from the blue line that Lundqvist had to be really good on.
Here's Straka up the right side, a potential 3-on-2. Sabres back to close that down. Good work there by Tallender. Back out to the blue line. Feder Tootin holds, trying to get a shot off. Went through the traffic, kept in by Strudwick. And Strudwick backhands it along the boards. And chipped down by the Sabres. The icing waved off. Feder Tootin back to recover it. 9.5 left. Tootin on the lead for Strudwick. On ice to Straka. Nice pass. Martin Straka moving in. Cut off by Lidman. Cross ice. Shot in on Miller by Tootin.
Good save.
Gloves it and holds on.
Couple of nice passes by the Rangers and Miller with a good save. That's Jason Strudwick on the puck. He lets it go to Yager. Look at this pass. Bang. Straka's gone. Here comes another one. And that's a good save on Tootin by Miller. Beautiful pass work up the ice.
Shots at 26-17 Buffalo. 9:10 remaining. Puck kept in that time by Kondrachev. Good play. Ruchin in the corner. Jason Ward. Back to Ruchin, but he can't control it. And it wraps around the boards. Good physical play down there by Ruchinski. Trying to keep it alive in the Sabre zone, but it wraps out to McKee. And Buffalo able to clear it out. Ward has thrown his body all over the place.
Boy, did he ever throw a check there. But he missed. That was on Vanek.
Sabres keep it in. Nice play by Ruchin. They got a 3-on-2 ahead to Ruchinski. Into the offensive zone. He holds up. Now he moves in. Takes his shot. McKee stopped it. Kept in by Ruchin. Ian Ward up along the glass. It comes. Malik kept it in there. Cross ice. Nice pass. Shot in. Miller got a piece. That was Ruchinski. Now Ruchin looking at the center. He does. Oh! Miller got a piece of the post as well. And it's in. It got behind him.
And the referee says it's in. The Sabres are saying the whistle sounded. The referee pointed in with his hand up.
Jason Ward might have been the man who got his last stick on it.
The last play, Mike, before the goal, it went off the goaltender and hit the post or crossbar.
And they're going to review it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went behind him.
The post and crossbar was hit first. There. Went off the goaltender. Now the referee's right there. Here's the puck ricocheted off and through. Was there a quick whistle? Maybe.
Oh, man.
It may have been a quick whistle by the official.
He did not have control there. Why would he whistle that?
Well, because he lost sight of the puck. As Van Massenhoven is the referee. The puck hit the goalie and the crossbar. It's out. Now you're going to see the puck come back towards the goaltender. Was there a quick whistle? I don't know, but the puck definitely is in. You can see it right over there. I'm sure that's the puck, right over in here. So, they're saying no goal. Van Massenhoven blew the whistle because he lost sight of it. It was a quick whistle and the Rangers lose on it. It's that simple.
He lost sight of it, but it was up in the air.
When the referee loses sight of the puck, it's his job to blow the whistle. Let's listen for the whistle. referee, he has to be honest with himself, Mike. He lost sight of the puck. He thought the goalie had it. The goalie didn't. So he blew the whistle. He was in the act of blowing the whistle. I understand what the referee did there. He made a mistake is what he did. He made a mistake with a quick whistle. The puck's over the line. He didn't see that, so he in his own mind blew it dead. It's that simple.
Listening to that whistle, it almost sounded like it came later than that.
Yeah, but it's the act of blowing it, Mike. It takes a second to lift that arm up, put the whistle in your mouth, and blow it.
Wow,
that's how it works.
Oh, the Rangers have a man advantage. Briere got a penalty there. But could have easily been 2-2 if play had continued on. Here's Jágr. Holds it up. Moving in is a loose puck. Back out to Jágr. Shot. Miller got a piece. Rutschinski kept it alive. Back to Jágr. Steps in the circle. Now backs off. Now moves in. Looks for an opening. It's to Rutschinski. Nylander set up in front. Steps back out. Rutschinski moves in. Centered. Off of Straka. He has to retrieve it. Now turns and whips it around the boards.
Referee also may have blown the whistle to call a penalty before the puck went over the line.
Nylander out of Straka. Razabal. Wouldn't that be delayed at that point? I guess not.
Not if the Sabre has the puck.
They didn't.
There's a hook against Jágr. On Jágr. So the Sabres are going to get a penalty here, and it should almost be another one. Because when the penalty was handed out to that player, which is Tallender, he took his hands in disgust, waved them at the official. And that's very close to getting it unsportsmanlike. So it'll be a 5-on-3 for 47 seconds. Rangers have a timeout. They should use it to give Jágr and his teammates a rest. Jágr directing traffic. He has it. Now watch the stick. That's very similar to what Nieminen did. That's a penalty. And it's a good call by the official. One hand, but it doesn't matter. That's what Nieminen did. So that's the penalty. That's called. Timeout has been called, I believe, by the Rangers, and that'll give their players a chance here. Like Jágr, see his breathing there? Give him a chance to relax. Mike Polino works the power play. Done a nice job with him. In fact, he's done a very good job. Tom Rennie, that's not his job. He's overseeing everything. He's seeing Mike Polino here help control what they want to do.
So Nylander, Rutschin, Straka, Jágr. And the thing about that penalty too, John, they took possession away from the Rangers, so that's an obvious thing.
Mike Polino the other night on the island, he was the person that was responsible when he noticed the clock went for 3 extra seconds. He had them put the seconds back up on the clock, and then later Jágr scored with under 3 seconds to go in the period. Now watch this. There's 2-point-whatever seconds left when this puck goes in. If he had not seen that 3 seconds earlier, that wouldn't have been a goal. Oh, big win there by the Sabres on the draw.
Sabres have done a good job all night winning faceoffs against the Rangers, and it was ultra important right there. So a 5-on-3 for 32 seconds. Here's Rutschinski. Deals it to Straka, gets it back. Back to Straka. And Jágr. They just work it tic-tac-toe and try to get it closer. Shot in, knocked down by McKee.
Yeah, he can block shots. He's the Sabres' best shot blocker.
Rutschin, now Jágr, along the goal line, gets it back, standing right in front of the net. Now Marty Straka.
He wants the one-timer. Jágr wants the one-timer.
Waiting for the good shot. Straka, deflected, Nylander, and cleared. And that'll end the 5-on-3. Out comes Mike Briere. Now ahead comes Jágr, trying to deal it back. It's in Rutschinski's stick. And the Rangers reset. 1:03 left in the man advantage. Back to Straka. Started to load up. Out of Rutschinski. In the slot, Rutschinski hit the post.
The third goalpost by the Rangers in this game. The third goalpost.
Nylander chipped it along the boards to Jágr. Briere able to take it away, and the Sabres clear it.
Third goalpost. Another one just missed the goalpost in the second period. Miller's had a lucky night at the office.
And the Rangers down a goal on the power play for 30 more seconds. Krupa now on. Where's number 25? Out to the point. Straka. Oh, Jágr. Misfired. Gets it back. Cross ice. Krupa couldn't come up with it cleanly. 15. Now Nylander. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Nylander in the corner. Back out. Straka queued it up, and he didn't get it all. And now a penalty on Jágr, it looks like. crowd is loving it here in Buffalo.
Well, it's some pretty wild action. The Rangers got jobbed on a goal that was scored, and then they hit the goalpost a couple of times. They haven't had much luck. Marty Rucinski on the play, 5-on-3 Rangers. You see the shot taken by Ruchin. It deflects and off the goalpost. One of, I think, 4 times the Rangers have hit goalposts in this game. But it just won't go in. There's 5 minutes left to go. There's a stick on Hesch. And the stick was through the leg, so Yager gets the call. And the Sabres have 2 minutes to work with on their power play starting right now.
Less than 5 minutes remaining in the game. And the Rangers will be a man short. Here's Briere moving in, and another penalty coming to the Rangers on a hook.
Well, Roosevelt reached in. This will be a long 5-on-3. Oh, boy.
A minute 40, a 5-on-3 coming.
Roosevelt put his stick in to Briere, who was partially in, headed towards the net. And it's that rotten habit that you just have a hard time. Watch Roosevelt's stick. It hardly grazed him. Watch. And I don't have much to say on that one. That one was, that was more of an attempt than it was.
Here's the other thing, too. Marek Malik was moving in to make the play. If you see your teammates cutting the man off, you should be able to lay off. That's my opinion. Well, it's easy for me to say, oh, big shot. Lundqvist got a piece. Buffalo player down, and that's Drury. He might be hurt.
Yeah, I think he blocked the shot.
Newmanen, Donald on the baseline. Cross ice through the crease. Doesn't connect. From Dumont. 5-on-3 for the Sabres now after the Rangers had one. That shot knocked down by Dominic Moore. Cross ice, Moore got a piece of it again. How about Dominic Moore and what he's been doing?
From Harvard Intelligence there.
Back out to Newmanen. Another big shot. Pad save, Lundqvist. Briere has it. It's like a shooting gallery right now. Newmanen again along the goal line. Dumont holding, looking to set up Newmanen. Back to him. 50 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Lundqvist stops and holds on.
Goaltending and fine defensive play. Credit Moore, Kasparaitis, and Malik along with Lundqvist. Getting back to that last penalty, that was almost a call on an attempted hook. Here you see the hard angle shot and a good play by Lundqvist to hold on. Another face-off in the Rangers zone. They change all their players. Moore here. The Harvard Intelligence goes to work. He's up high, blocks a shot, and then gets down into position to block a pass. Beautiful penalty killing.
But the Sabres win another face-off. Out to Newmanen. Shot wide that time. Newmanen again. He's just camping out right there. Moving in on the 5-on-3. 35 more seconds. And a goal. The Sabres just kept at it. And they finally did Lundqvist. Alex Kotelich.
Remember we talked earlier about the player that had the hardest shot on the Sabres team? That's the guy. And when he ripped this one, it goes right through everybody. I mean, that's a ripper. Right through and underneath. Lundqvist, who gave it everything he had, but this 5-on-3, which was almost 2 minutes long, pays off for the Sabres with a 4-1 lead. It was 3-1, the Rangers, or 2-1, to make it a 3-1 lead, pardon me, a 3-1 lead, not 4-1. It feels like it after all those shots. It was 2-1 Buffalo. The Rangers were within goalposts and crossbars of tying it up. And then the Rangers take 2 penalties. One well-deserved, one that was a strange call to me. And the Sabres make sure they work on their 5-on-3 and score.
And that Sabre power play, which had gone 0 for 26 earlier in the season, is starting to cook. They've scored twice with a man advantage tonight.
That totally can shoot. Wow.
And again off, kept it alive. Back along the boards. There's a loose stick down there. And back to the bench to get a stick is Betts and make a change. His stick still sitting behind Lundqvist. Under 3 minutes remaining. Buffalo 3-1. Fired down behind Lundqvist by Rory Fitzpatrick. That stick is right in the middle of play right now. Well, with the few stoppages we're getting, it's hard to get that off there. Centering pass by Afinogenov, not going to work. Kostat there. Power play over. Kondrachev. Afinogenov across ice. Lundqvist stops it off a big slap shot from Rory Fitzpatrick with 2:28 left.
Rangers have already used their timeout. Yager comes on the ice now. It's 2:28 to go in the third, with it being a 3-1 Buffalo game. Finneganoff with a ton of shots in this game. This Buffalo Sabre team pretty exciting to watch. Briere is an architect of offense. So there's some big guys on the ice right now. That Briere, oh, that's Drury. I'm sorry, Drury taking the draw, and he's had a great face-off game. Great face-off game.
Yes, he has. He was 10-2 in the opening 2 periods alone. Straka to Strudwick into the zone. Yager, and Yager got a shot in, and Miller kicked it aside. Back come the Sabres, a 3-on-1. Vanek holding and passes through the crease. Nobody there.
Rear went past the goal line.
Yager 3-on-2 Rangers. Nylander, and the puck just skipped over his stick. Nylander after possession, but taking off the puck that time by Drury.
That's what this Yager line wants, is to trade chances. They've had their chances, but Mike, if you can't get a shot on goal with 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s and 3-on-2s, you got a problem.
I understand the math, I really do.
Yeah.
31-21 Sabres shots on goal advantage. Yager's stick might have broken. It's sitting there in center ice. He heads to the bench.
Icing call against Buffalo, which means no line change for them. Here's the Rangers had the chance there. The shot stopped by the right leg of Miller, and then here's a 3-on-1 the other way. And you see Greer, he goes right in behind the goal line. Good play by Feder too. He delayed the pass across. And Rangers now have to make a change in their big line off the ice. Now Rutschen, the number 2 center. And the goaltender Lundqvist on the bench. 6 attackers on the ice for the Rangers.
Minute 30 left. They win a face-off, and Miller stops the slap shot by Rucinski.
Miller's a goalie, and watching him play, uses his catching glove a lot. He's good with it. No rebound there. Now the Sabres can make that change they want. Remember, on an icing call, you can't make a change, even if your players are tired. And there's the shot that Miller made sure he held on to.
This time the face-off. Jason Ward comes up with it. Leaves in the corner for Moore. Moore shifts it behind the net to Kruka. The shot got in. Miller couldn't control the rebound. And Dumont clears it out. 1:08 remaining, with the Ranger net empty in a 3-1 game, and icing on the Sabres.
And the Rangers now, I think, will come back with their big line. Yes. Good shift for Rutschen and his group. They had 2 shots. The last one, Miller didn't even see it, but it looks like a smart goalie getting in the position to allow the puck to hit him through traffic. So the Rangers make a change here. A couple of players anyway. Betts make that Ward and Moore go off. Yager, Straka, Nylander on the ice. They've got Rosa, I'm sorry.
6-on-5, won by the Sabres. Malik held up Dumont, couldn't get a shot on the net. Rucinski back under a minute to play. Lazaval bangs it into the boards. Straka gets a shot. It's wide of Miller. Yager and Nylander behind the goal line. Chipped out. Picked up by the Sabres and cleared out of the zone. Dumont looking for another goal against the Rangers, but couldn't come up with it. Briere on the check, and now Malik. 36 seconds left. Straka head to Rucinski. Tried to split the defense. Leaves it for Yager. And the Sabres clear that out. They've done a nice job breaking up the Ranger offense. Lazaval chips it off the glass. Yager tried to backhand it, center it to Nylander. Now it's in the crease area, picked up by Drury. As Drury backhands it down ice. Final 12 seconds.
Drury's become like a defensive centerman here for Buffalo. He's smart and good, and Buffalo goes to 4-0 on home ice and 6-2 overall. The Rangers now have had 1 point in the last 3 games. They have off until Thursday when the Islanders come calling. That will be a big game for the Rangers because they have to stop this slide. The Rangers in the second half of this game, I thought, played pretty well. Couldn't score on their odd man rushes. Actually got, in my mind, the quick whistle hurt them on a goal they had scored, and then when they gave up the 5-on-3, the second penalty call on that 5-on-3 to me was marginal. But the Sabres took advantage of it. They're undefeated on the home ice, and the Rangers have to regroup.
Well, they got a late power play goal to make it 3-1, and that is the final tonight. The Oppenheimer Team Contributor Award goes to Daniel Briere 4-game goal streak now. He had another one in this one. He's got 7 on the season, and the co-captain of the Sabres leading the way as the home team wins it by a final of 3-1.
Numminen makes a nice play. Kalinin now drops the puck through the middle, and a good little sneaky backhand through the legs of Lundqvist. And Briere, who played a strong game, comes up with a big goal for his hockey club.
Coming up in moments, right after Rangers hockey, John Giannone at the Sports Desk, presented by Toyota. Local hockey teams all in action, Devils and Islanders. World Series Game 1, Mike Quick's high school report. All that coming up on Sports Desk in just a couple of minutes here on MSG. The final again, Buffalo 3, Rangers 1. 3-1 final, Sabres over the Rangers here on MSG. Coming up on Sports Desk in just a moment, John Giannone will be there in the studio in New York. Local NHL hockey teams all in action. Devils and Islanders have highlights of that. And the World Series Game 1 in Chicago with the Houston Astros. Mike Quick's high school report as well. Goal of the game brought to you by smooth and refreshing Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
Here's a 5-on-3 goal scored late by the Sabres. It was a 2-1 Buffalo lead. Nice pass across. And the man with the Buffalo Sabres' hardest shot, Kotelik, he just absolutely caught that one. Big time goal for the Sabres. 5-on-3 marker that was, and a 3-1 win.
Well, the Rangers scored the first one tonight at 13:04, Michael Nylander, but that was it. The Sabres got the last 3. Briere, Fitzpatrick, and Kotelik, and they win it by a final of 3-1. Coming up on Thursday, 7 p.m. at the Garden, the Islanders are back for more. Hockey Night in New York presented by Panasonic kicks it off. Rangers Tailgate is what you want to see first on MSG. Sports Desk coming up in just a moment. John Giannone in New York. The Devils, the Islanders, the World Series, and Mike Quick. All that coming up on Sports Desk. Well, Henrik Lundqvist and company couldn't win it tonight. Rangers in 60 tomorrow at 7. Be sure to join us for that. For John Davidson, Joe Whalen, our producer, Bobby Lewis, our director, and the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Crispino saying good night from Buffalo.